Yo, what's going on, family? We are back with another video from the prompt. It's Marquiste, aka Side Hustle Mentor, and I got my boy Don Digital. What's going on with you today,
What's
Don?
Hey, bro, I'm doing good, man. I'm super excited. I always enjoy these videos, man, because the information is always good, but I always feel like I learned something, even though I'm kind of the host, but I always learn it. So I'm just excited for what you're going to share today. All is well, though, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain at all, and we're definitely about to learn something new. I even learned something new over the last couple of days. That did you know that websites can talk now? Did you know that you can actually go to a website and actually have a voice conversation with it? Like,
Hell no, it's crazy, bro. When you text me that, I think I might have heard about it, but to be honest, I was a little confused. Like, what do you mean that like a website could talk to you? So when you text me that the other day and you were like, "Hey, let's record a video," I was just gassed because I honestly want to see it because I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, man, we are literally in the era of, I like to call them smart sites now, to where, before you go to a website, like I'm looking at my homepage right now, you scroll around, you got a couple of buttons that you could click on. But now, if you
Mhm.
look right here in this bottom right hand corner, you'll see this little widget here. And at first glance, you might think, oh, that's just a normal chatbot widget or just a widget to where I can submit a support request. But no, this is actually voice AI installed on our website. So now if we were to click on this here, it says, hey, give us a call. Click on the button here. I'm going to
Okay.
just say allow.
Hey, you've reached Automate Your Hustle CRM. Want to see how we can help your business?
What? Websites talking? I definitely need some help with my business. Can you tell me about Automate Your Hustle CRM and what it does?
Absolutely. Automate Your Hustle. CRM is designed to help you market, sell, and deliver your products online all in one place. Think of it as your virtual brain for your business. You can track all your customer data, manage communications, calls, emails, texts, chats, and even build custom forms. It also lets you create websites and sales funnels with a drag and drop editor, set up automated appointment calendars, and deliver online courses through a membership area. Plus, you get tools for email and SMS marketing, so you can follow up with customers easily and automate your workflows. Basically, it replaces a whole stack of separate tools, saving you time and money, and helps you focus on growing your business instead of juggling tech. If you want, I can walk you through a demo or help you get started.
Can I book a call? This sounds amazing. I would really love to talk to someone.
Great. Here are some available times for a call. On Friday, the 14th of November at 10:15 a.m., 11 a.m., or 1:15 p.m. On Monday, the 17th of November at 8 a.m., 10:15 a.m., or 11:45 a.m. On Tuesday, the 18th of November at 2 p.m., 2:45 p.m., or 3:30 p.m. Let me know which slot works best for you, and I'll get you booked in.
Let's do the first available slot that you had on Friday. I believe you said 10:15.
Perfect. Friday, the 14th of November at 10:15 a.m. To book your appointment, I'll need your email address so we can send you confirmation details. Could you please provide your email?
Yes, my email is mboyce84 at gmail.com.
Thank you. Just to confirm, that's MVOICE84 at gmail.com, correct?
No, it's MB as in boy, OYCE84 at gmail.com.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. So that's MBOYCE84 at gmail.com,
That's
correct?
correct.
You're all set for Friday, the 14th of November at 10:15 a.m. We'll send your confirmation and details to mboyce84 at gmail.com. Is there anything else I can help you with right now?
No, that'll be all. Thank you very much.
Thanks for booking with us. You'll get your appointment details by email. Have a great day.
Man, and just like that, I'm looking at my phone right now.
Wow.
It says book call confirmation from the CRM here. And smart websites, bro. I can just come to the website here, click on a little support bot. Now, obviously, I'm having some conversation with someone, but I mean, from a business standpoint, it's not a real staff member, right? It's just me using the
Mhm.
AI. It has information about the business,
Wow.
questions already pre-programmed in, and then you can just answer questions until they get ready to book that call.
Man, that is insane, bro. There's so many like ideas just going through my head. So it's like I just feel like if you're a service provider, let's just say like you're a plumber and somebody just like they could just literally go to your website, hit that button, talk to it. Maybe you can. I mean, I'm not sure if you can do this, but can you like prompt it in a way where you can ask certain questions? Like if there's a plumber, right? Can the voice AI like ask what kind of service? Like is your toilet clogged? Is it your sink? Is it and then go through that? Like can it do something like that?
Yep, that's the cooler part about it is like you set it up on the back end, you create your voice AI agent, and then you give it basically the prompts and instructions that you want it to abide by. So, for instance, if it's a plumber, you can have it ask questions like it's in an emergency, or if it's something that's just minor, different questions about where it's happening in the house, how soon it needs somebody to get out there. And basically, it'll be able to use all of that information and that it has in its knowledge base to conduct that conversation to either get someone to get a call book right then or maybe get a call book from somewhere later.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is one of those things, especially for service-based businesses, plumbers, HVAC,
Yep.
anywhere where people might just want to come to the website and try to get a quick answer. Now they don't have to go away
Mhm.
unturned. They can always have someone that they can talk to.
Yeah. Nah, man. Listen, that's fire, bro. And even from like if you're running ads for lead gen, so like if we specifically talk about like you said plumbers, HVAC, and all that good stuff, like off the top of my mind, I'm thinking like your website now doesn't even really have to be overly complicated. Like you can kind of condense the website to where it might just be a simple one page site and then literally just lean on the bot to handle like the conversation. So like if you're running ads and you're a plumber, like somebody that like you kind of said, if it's an emergency, like they don't really have to spend too much time on the website, right? They just want to get pricing, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and to see how soon you can come to the house. So like I'm just thinking about like when it comes to websites, you can essentially like condense the entire website and literally like kind of lean on this to do some of the things that a traditional website does in regards to like copywriting and all that good stuff. So I've never seen this before, bro. This is fire. This is something that I'm definitely going to implement
Yeah,
ASAP.
and like you said, it really takes the place of having to have a massively over-designed website because at the end of the
Right.
day, sometimes people just want to be able to get a quick answer and talk to people. So now they can come here, click on the little icon, conversation starts up, and then they're good to go, self-service. And that's the name of the game is really being able to have self-service because when you think
Mhm.
about it, especially from, a service provider standpoint, like how much is like a missed phone call to you or a missed
Right.
message, like maybe if you were doing like a roofing job and someone's calling around trying to get a roofing quotes and that job could be like a $2,500 job for you and you don't answer the
Yep.
phone and they just continue down the line going to the next person who answers first, right? Because it's usually whoever answers first in most cases is going to win. So now if you have the
Mhm.
ability to be able to get this call answered even if you're not physically available, you can at least to where that person gets acknowledgement and then they can do something like a book a demo, and that way you have them on the calendar. So now they're going to stop that process of going through the reins of trying to call all these other people. It's like the buck stops here
Mhm.
with you and having that voice on your system.
Yeah, 100%, man. And then even on top of that, like if you just include this on top of your automated your emails, your SMS, if you do voicemail drops, if you do the voice AI feature that we talked about, in one of our last videos, and like this just adds an extra layer on top of that because like you just made a good point. When it comes to services such as those, people are just calling around. So like if you don't answer, they're just gonna go to the next person on Google or wherever they're searching, and they're just gonna keep calling down the list. But if you have this on the website, number one, I'm pretty sure 99% of other service providers are not going to have this on their website. So that already makes you stand out. But it just gives you that extra layer of speed to lead and just staying top of mind, because now you're literally contacting them a multitude of different ways. So the probability of that lead going cold or not being responsive to you is just a lot lower because like now you have that implemented as well. So now that's super fire. That's dope.
And the beauty of it is just it's not that difficult to set up. So we're using Automate Your Hustle CRM, which is basically a white level of
Okay.
high level. So if you have high level, this functionality is available to you. So the very first thing you need to do is once you log in, you're going to be able to come in here, go to AI agents, and you would set up your AI agent. So like right now, I would come in here to say voice, and then I would be able to create an agent here. So I already have an agent that's created in my agent list. our agent here is named Bella. So like if I was to click on her here, you can see some of the details that she's already programmed with the name of the business, like the initial greeting message, like if someone was to call. And then also you have the things that's most important, like is what are the goals of that agent. So the goal of this agent is really going to be able to be a support and demo assistant representing our particular business, offering people, being able to answer questions to some of their commonly asked things. And one of the hugest aspects of this is having this, what we call the knowledge base. So you can create knowledge bases in the system, and the knowledge base is basically just telling the agents all of the background information about your business. So you can have it to where it's like scraping your website. You can upload different documents, manually put in like FAQ type questions. So that way, when someone actually has these particular questions, the AI agent is not like really just making up stuff out of the blue. It's actually coming in here and seeing, okay, what kind of websites do they have for me to scrape? What kind of FAQ questions have they already programmed in there? So if someone wants to come in here and ask how much is the software, it's not just going to make up something. It's going to come in here and see, okay, it's $97 and this plan is $297 or whatnot. So you have the knowledge base is basically kind of like the brain of the AI agent. But once you kind of go in there, and as I mentioned, you just give it if we go back to the agent here and we go to the goals, you just give it the goals of what it actually needs to do. So it's to provide assistance about business growth automation. So whatever your business is, plumbing, HVAC, you know, roof and garden, you would come in here and just have this program so the actual bot knows exactly how to answer those questions. So that's like the
Right.
first part of it is you come into the system and you create that AI agent. And then the second part is super simple. You just come in here to sites, and then we come here under chat widget, and then you have the ability to create a new widget here. And so now there's this option here for voice AI, and you select this voice AI agent. You can read it what it says. It lets website visitors talk to an AI agent basically 24/7. So I already have one that's created here for our website voice agent. And it's a very super simple configuration. You can come in here and you can just change the styles, like the color of it, like the placement of it on the website, things of that nature. So like right now I have it at the bottom left corner, but maybe you wanted to have it at the top right corner. Super easy to come in here and make those changes. If you come into this chat window here, you can change like what it shows for like the title. So right now it says like talk to us. You can change additional options as well, like maybe like the display name who is powered by, like if there's any HIPAA consent. All this stuff is pretty straightforward. It's literally just kind of go through each of the ones, make sure you have it configured. The very last step is going to ask you which agent you want to use. So the agent that I showed you first was called Bella. She's like our Automate Your Hustle CRM support agent. So we select her from the list. But you can have different voice bots for different things. You know what I mean? So you can have multiple ones here. So we have that one. And all you have to do is once you click on save and say get code here, it's going to give you this little snippet of code. And then you take that snippet of code, and then all you do from there is just you go to your website. So I'm going to just hop on over to sites real quick. We go to websites. We have our Automate Your Hustle website here. And then if I go to settings, all I have to do is just pop that code in here into this body area, which is already there now, and then click save. And now that AI agent is on the website and is running 24/7. And so you can put this on your website, you can put this on your funnels, landing pages. Really, you just got to take this particular code here and put it on the page. And then now the voice AI agent is going to do all the communication, all the tracking, and be able to book calls or do whatever you want the objective is. Makes it super simple, but the powerful aspect of it is just off the chain.
Tough. That's so tough. So, question. So, does this replace like your normal chat widget? Can you have both? I'm assuming you can't have both, right? You would
Yeah, you
have.
can't have both. Now in theory, you could have both because you could have one at the top, one at the bottom, or whatnot.
Yeah.
But you really probably wouldn't want it to do it that way. Another
Okay.
aspect of it is you could have a chat widget because you could have like the chat widget show down here. But you could also, one cool thing about the voice AI is you can have it placed inline within your website too. So instead of having it as like a little widget here, you could also have it
Mm-hmm.
like on the website itself. So right here, I could have like a little icon here that says talk to us, and it'll click on it. Or I can, in theory, put it as a little embeddable widget anywhere on the website that I want to.
Mhm.
I just kind of have it off the sidebar here. So that way it would allow you, maybe if you wanted to have the chat on the right side or somewhere else, but maybe you want to have like
Mhm.
a whole section dedicated to the voice AI to say, hey, have a question, talk to us or whatnot.
That's fire. And honestly, that was the second question I was going to ask is like, can we have it so that it's not in the corner, but like somewhere in the middle? And yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's how I'm going to set mine up, bro. Is have it in the middle and like literally just have a headline that says, if you have any questions, talk to our AI assistant or something like that. That's fire. Now, when it comes to like the automations, like, is it pretty simple as far as like using the widget as like the trigger, or like how does that work as far as like, 'cause I saw a book the appointment.
Mm-hmm.
How does like the like, is there a specific workflow for the widget, or is it just you just prompt it, it works,
Yeah,
and
you would
then
just prompt it, it works, and then you would have to kind of set up your workflow to know that it kind of
okay,
came in from the voice AI. So, like, if we go back here
okay,
into our AI agent here, oops.
no, this is fire, man.
So if I go back to my agent list and I go to this one here, and if I go to let's see, our agent goes. So right now it's basically booking on this calendar here right now. So
Gotcha.
so ideally, if you wanted to super be able to segment, you may just want to have a calendar specifically that's just like for that website widget, right?
True.
And so that way,
Mhm.
when people are booking a call through that particular website widget, you know that it came from the website, and then so all your workflows can basically kind of be tailored towards that because you know where they came from.
Okay, that makes sense. Another thing that I was thinking too, because we all about getting to the bag too, is like, how do you feel about people using this as like a low ticket or just like a service that they could provide? So like, let's say somebody's a plumber and they have a website, because like the widget has like a code that you install. Can you install that on like other people's websites, you think, or
You
can
can. I
you?
have not tested it personally, but yeah, because
Okay.
it's just an embeddable widget, you should be able to actually install it on any website, and the data will
Okay.
just feed back into the CRM from there.
To the CRM. Yeah, yeah. So listen, for everybody that's watching the videos, like you can literally take these little things, even like with the website development feature, High Level has, AI that'll build websites and funnels. Like these are all things that really don't require any tech experience, little to no money. But even this stuff that Marquise is talking about is like, if you kind of play the game smart, get creative, like this feature alone is so valuable. Like Marquis said, like a missed call can be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, for the right type of business. So like if you can figure out a way how to monetize this, maybe create your own go high level so it filters into your CRM, or maybe have them get their own. But just being able to take the code of the chat widget, the voice, and just plug it in for service providers. I mean, what would that be worth to a business that their clients are worth 10,000 a pop, or 1,000 or 5,000 a pop? So I just like these type of things, man, because it just creates opportunities to make money without having to work so hard.
Mm.
So
I agree, and I think the best place to start is like, man, how many missed phone calls are you actually getting? And then
mhm,
also like, how many website visitors are you getting? Like, so many people just come to websites and they just
good point.
bounce. You know what I mean? And so now it's like you got this huge ability to just capture so many people that come to your website. One of the best things I love about this too is that it automatically just transcribes the call for you after the call is over and it sends it to you. So, like
Mm,
for instance, I can see that it shows here just now the call that I just had, and it got my name here. It shows the AI agent how long the call was. It gives a summary, and then it has the whole transcript, so you can like come in here and see all of the calls that's coming in, how the
that's
agent is
fine.
responding to it. It just, man, it's like almost like a no brainer to have this on your
Mm.
website.
Yeah, no, that's fire. And to be honest, I think that's like the most slept on feature when it comes to voice AI is being able to get those transcripts,
Mm-hmm.
because like essentially like you wanted to do what like a human would do. So a human, they would have a call, and I mean most probably don't do it, but you're supposed to. You're supposed to document the call. You know what I mean? And I think that's such a underutilized, it's such a slept on feature where like you can have peace of mind, because now you can see like the conversations that were actually had, and it gives you ammo as a business owner. You can step in if you have to manually follow up. At least what the
Hmm.
conversations were because you had the documentation. I think that's like slept on. Nobody really
I mean, for
talks
sure.
about that.
Seriously, like it makes it
Mhm.
so simple to where you don't even have to go and really listen to the calls. It's easy,
Right.
so much easier just to look at your emails, quickly scan this to see how it goes. You can see exactly that the times it gave to make sure that nothing goes off the rail. Because let's be honest, it's AI, and nothing's going to be perfect out of the gate. So you may
Yep.
find that you don't like the way the agent is talking and stuff like that, or how it's responding to certain things. So that it gives you the opportunity to go back into the agent itself in the system, and you can maybe update the goals if it's something
Hmm.
related to the goals, or maybe you asked a question to the AI agent and it didn't know how to answer that question. So, well, now what would you do? Well, you just go into your knowledge base, and then you basically just take that question that I got asked. And so, whatever the question may be, you come in here and say, okay, here's the question. I'm going to add an FAQ. What did
Hmm.
they ask? And then how would I answer that? And it's just kind of like an evolving thing. This is going to get better and better and better, right?
Yep. Yep. No, I agree, man. I think when it comes to voice AI, because I see things that people post online, and you have people that are pro AI, and you have people that are kind of against it. I just think from both points of view, of course, from a business standpoint, right? When you have these type of features in place, a lot of these phone calls are repetitive, right? So instead of having a human constantly answering the same questions, overcoming the same objections, like you could just train an AI, to kind of just step into that and do that for you, right? But from a consumer standpoint, if I know that I'm talking to an AI, I mean, for me, it will give me a little bit of relief because a lot of people don't like talking to salespeople because they feel like it's going to be pushy. They
Yeah.
feel like, oh man, this person's not going to let me get off the phone. Like, but if you know that you're talking to an AI, then it kind of gives you that relief of like, okay, let me just answer the question so the AI can do its job, and then we continue the process from there. So, like, for anybody that's watching this video, like, we really talk about AI a lot, more so from a systematic standpoint, because like a lot of the money is created on the back end through the things that are repetitive. You know what I mean? And if you can place these type of tools in place of that, it'll just make your life a whole lot easier, and of course, help you increase the bag as well. So I think this is dope, man. This is
Yeah, that's
dope.
why I said we got to talk about this one, man, because this is one of those things to where, and maybe a couple of months from now, it'll maybe be more common to see people having the smart websites with the voice and talking. But as of right now, I mean, it's open, and if you're a service provider, you want to be the one that have this versus the ones that don't have it, because it's gonna,
Mhm.
like I said, it's gonna set yourself apart when that person is having an issue, maybe at the middle of the night, and they're scrolling through Google Maps, like, let me call this business, let me call this business, let me call this
Yep.
business, and they call your business, and you, oh man, I can actually click on this button and talk to somebody. Game changer.
Mhm. Yep. Facts. Definitely something, man, that it's all about innovation, man. So it's like if you don't keep up, you're gonna be left behind. So why not get ahead of the curve and just test it out for yourself and just see how it works for you?
Yep. So of course, with this video, we are just scratching the surface of the stuff that we're going to be talking about in the prompt. But we'd always want to make sure that we give you these hot drops too, as well as whenever new things are popping out. We want you guys to always be the first ones to know in our community. So with that, we want to say thank you for tuning in. And of course, if you have any questions going forward, just drop a comment below the video and we'll get back to you.
Yep. Listen, on top of that, you guys need to get inside of the community because like we go into so much more detail. Like Go High Level is just like 1% of what goes on inside the community. So if you're really interested in implementing AI, leveraging AI, or you just want to get on this AI wave so you're not left behind, listen, join the prompt. You won't regret it. Let's get to the bag. Let's build together. And I hope to see you guys inside.
All right, later. We out.
Peace.